bumping and grinding in panties and bras at Victoria's Secret this summer, I had my fair share working with breasts. For some reason, my clients always smelled like chicken. Anyway, I got pretty hands-on with Victoria and her secret, and well, it's no secret, Vicky brings in $10 billion annually and believes in conducting business in an environmentally responsible way. Seriously, it's not a secret. It says it on the website. But that's kind of funny because after being told I'd be fired if I took anything out of the trash, I decided to take home some souvenirs, including this pair of pants. Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with this. Oh, wait, it has a washable stain on it. You can't see the stain? Well, that is because I washed them. Yeah, you just don't take pants out of the trash and then wear them. Standards, people. But it has been a common practice for years for companies to throw out returned, damaged, or unsold products. And if you don't believe me, just ask Fashion News' Styleite.com of January 5th, 2012. Companies are willingly and legally contributing to society's detrimental habits. Problems, causes, solutions. Wasteful spending is one thing, but wasteful waste? That's just wasteful. Secret number 1. Victoria's Secret, much like Walmart, makes their clothes in China. Yet it still costs $20 for a pair of panties. Problems. Corporate waste and companies aren't donating. On January 5th, 2010, the New York Times published a textile slashing article. Outside of Walmart and an H&M sat pyramids of unused clothes beside the dumpster, either razor slashed or with machine punched holes in them. I know, can you believe people used to wear clothes until they get holes in them? We have machines for that now. Last March, ABC found new clothes in a Sears dumpster. One question on this practice. MSN editor Karen Nakano found on January 5th, 2010, companies insist incidents like these are not commonplace. Testimonials say otherwise. A reader by the screen name of Donterly at Wallet Pop claims, I've worked in retail management for over 20 years, and it's been the policy of every retailer to destroy unsold clothing and souls. Yeah, Payless is in on this too, but don't sneaker. It's not a good deal. Because Earth911.com is ticketing over 12 million tons of clothing for being dumped into our landfills yearly, with over 90% perfectly recyclable. That does not make our wallets pop. During high unemployment and poverty rates, people are poor. I know, it's fascinating. But also, incidents like these are just outlandfillish. The clothes found in Sears' dumpster were in walking distance to 3 donation bins and 4 hobos. How do you miss that? Walmart and H&M's clothes were found the week before Christmas. Poor. Oh, and it's not like these clothes were made in factories by people who can't even afford to wear them. In an interview on September 24th, 2012 with Jim McFarland, Director of Development and Communication at St. Vincent de Paul, a nonprofit centered on clothing of war, he reports that their organization received over 55,000 calls for help this last year in Seattle alone, with 13 million people unemployed, according to an angry Mittens Romney at the last presidential debate, also backed up by the September 7th, 2012 Bureau of Labor Statistics. These organizations that can provide professional attire and even undergarments need all the donations they can receive. I can get behind cutting up bras for women's rights, but not for corporate greediness. Unless it's a corporate bra. Which in that case, I'm just really upset I'm wearing it. Secret number 2, I got the job at Victoria's Secret because I'm a nationally competitive strip speaker on the application. It was no secret they liked my assets. What's up, britches? Causes, vertical integration, and brand protection. lending a helping hand to our throwaway society, vertically integrated companies, or those in supply chains, pay cheap prices and charge excessive amounts. They just scarf up the money and don't even give a shirt. As such, point to Arden Davidson on helium.com of November 5th, 2009, it's cheaper to replace a product than repair or sell it at a discounted price. Because companies aren't losing money, they would rather make a full price sale. The manufacturing philosophy, as ourbetternature.org states on July 27, 2012, is to create products that will fail or become less desirable over time, like old people or like my dad told my mom. See, it's kind of like companies pressure customers to buy the products while the companies receive the benefits. Besides making money, companies strive to protect their brand, whether for legality, to avoid copyright violations, or for preservation, to avoid brand dilution. TheConsumers.com of January 7th, 2010 claims that companies like Eddie Bauer would be destroying their own market if they gave merchandise away. The brand says, success. It also says, I'm a lumberjack. And if the homeless and hippies start wearing their brands, the illusion is diluted. That's kind of rude. I don't know about that. I think it's called bum chic or hipster. But anyway, people buy into this in order to justify the lofty prices because essentially clothes from Eddie Bauer or Hilfiger and Gap, okay, maybe not Gap, are just like clothes available elsewhere, but for far less. Secret number 3. Victoria's Secret's manager, the CEO, or should I say Victor's Revelation, this guy, yeah, he's a man, and the only thing Hugh Hefner's got on him is a red robe and saggy balls. Solutions! Tighten waste restrictions, like on a loose bra, or call companies out. Our nation's primary law governing waste disposal, the Resource Conservation and Recovery Act, is way over complexly stated on the EPA's website. Yeah, thanks EPA for that helpful titty bit. Depending on size or location, companies are allowed so much waste to dispose of. Having the EPA tighten these restrictions enforces companies to better regulate what they throw out. With more environmentally conscious consumers demanding, companies share their values. As expressed in the March 4th, 2012 New York Times, I've created a list of companies for you who are environmentally responsible with their unwanted clothing. So with the holiday season vastly approaching, we're on winter break, hey, take this with you and also ask a store what their policies are. Be conscientious of your shopping and returning. And we need to ask companies what they're doing because we needed to take amongst ourselves to know what their roles are, because companies should not be allowed to excessively discard of reusable resources. And if companies don't want a piece of that action, well then I say, call them out. No, do not call Sam Walton, asking him out on a date. He's dead, you creep. But if you're still not convinced companies are acting as wasteful as I say, look in a dumpster yourself. And when you see the unnecessary waste, call a local news station or make a public complaint. Because we need to hold companies accountable. Because only when we, these normal people, find the clothes, can people actually know what's going on. Grist.org on February 7th, 2011 claims that even a year after caught slashing and disposing of the hopes and dreams of young tweens and the old homeless man down the street, H&M is still saving face. Yeah, recently releasing their new eco-friendly organic clothing line. After criticism from media and the community, H&M spokeswoman Nicole Christie attested on January 7th, 2010, "We are 100% committed to make sure this practice does not happen again, holding companies to an expectation of moral responsibility. We can help prevent such waste that would otherwise be flooding our landfills." Now that I'll probably be sued for sharing Vicky's secrets, we've dug through the problems, causes, and solutions to textile oppression. With a consistent search for environmental responsibility and need for clothing worldwide, we must go public on companies discarding secrets, Because only when we rescue the panties from the trash will we truly be able to win wasteful waste. That's just wasteful.